Welcome to our channel. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe.
Tom and Jerry, Race Day. Tom and Jerry had been chasing each other for hours. They had raced all the way to the Speedway arena, but the cat would not give up. Tom pushed through the crowds arriving for the Speedway 500, the day's big auto race. "I must have that mouse for dinner," he thought. Jerry quickly scurried inside the arena. Moving swiftly through the rows of seats, he stopped to catch his breath and peered down over the track in search of the cat. Just then, he spotted him. Jerry rubbed his eyes in disbelief as he watched Tom climbing into empty car number 4, a slick yellow car parked near the pits. "Start your engines," announced a voice over the loudspeaker. Tom shrieked. He had to get out of the car fast, but in his panic, his foot pushed down on the gas pedal just as the announcer cried, "They're off!" Poor Tom had pressed so hard on the pedal, he couldn't release it from the floor. It stuck like a postage stamp to a letter, like a decal to your arm, or like a gas pedal to a floor that sends a car racing 100 miles an hour. "Ah!" screamed Tom. Why couldn't he stop? Jerry watched from the stands as Tom's car raced in and out of traffic, sometimes to one side, sometimes to the other. Tom was either going to hurt someone or hurt himself unless Jerry acted fast. But Jerry was torn about what to do. The mean side of him said, "How can you think of helping Tom? He's tried to finish you off since the first day you met." But the angel and Jerry quickly appeared. "Don't listen," the angel said calmly. "For all Tom's mischief, has he ever really hurt you? Never. Well, almost never." He pointed toward the speedway where the cat went from one near crash to another. "Get out there and help him," the angel Jerry pleaded. "The poor thing needs you now." Jerry took one last look at the speedway, where Tom had just bumped into a wall, narrowly avoiding a dangerous crash. Then courageously, determined to help Tom, he hopped down onto the track. With a gigantic jump, Jerry leaped into the car next to the frantic cat. Tom was shrieking as the out-of-control car weaved back and forth across the racetrack. He had never been so happy to see Jerry before in his life and pleaded for his help. Deftly, he worked his little paws on the stuck pedal trying to loosen it. At the same time, the cat was making promises a cat should never make to a mouse, telling Jerry he would never run after him again, bring him cheese every day, and introduce him to all his best friends. Jerry, who knew better, was doing his best to ignore him. Car number 4 drifted wildly all over the track. Tom trembled as he tried to control the car and keep it inches away from disaster. Jerry, meanwhile, continued to tug at the gas pedal, trying to lift it from the floor. Finally, with one enormous pull, the pedal became unstuck and the car came to a sudden stop. Safe! The car stood motionless at the side of the track. What joy the two felt! What gratitude for the mouse's work! What happiness for the cat! Tom's excitement was overwhelming, so much so, he slammed down his foot, right on the car's gas pedal! Zoom! Car number 4 took off at top speed. Jerry couldn't believe Tom's foolishness. He had slammed down on the gas pedal again, but now it was really stuck to the floor. Jerry looked around at the cars near them, scratching his head. To his astonishment, he realized they were one of the leaders in the race. The cat's eyes popped open as he realized the same thing. Only 2 cars were ahead of them. Tom and Jerry looked at each other and slapped high fives, determined to win the race together as the cat pressed down even harder on the gas pedal. Tom and Jerry drew behind car number 2, who was in second place. It was a red car, driven by a man with a devil-like beard and a devil-like personality. Seeing car number 4 right behind him, he quickly did the devil's work. He pulled out a can of oil and emptied it on the track right in the path of car number 4. Tom couldn't turn the steering wheel fast enough to avoid the oil. The car began to slide. Completely out of control, car number 4 swerved into car number 2. Car number 2 tried to avoid crashing into Tom and Jerry's car by steering in the opposite direction, crashing instead into the fence, leaving him disqualified from the race. Now there was only one car ahead of Tom and Jerry. It was car number 7, driven by last year's champion, who was not going to lose to a cat and a mouse. The racer reached down for a carton of sharp tacks. "I'll blow up every one of their tires," he sneered, and crossed the finish line in first place. Jerry's keen eyes spotted the tacks, and he instructed Tom to steer them towards car number 7. As soon as Tom had steered the car close enough to car number 7, Jerry leaped over. The champion was astounded to see Jerry in his car. "What are you doing here?" he cried. Jerry lunged for the tacks in the man's hand. The box went flying, and so did the tacks, right onto the track, spilling in front of car number 7. What happened next is still talked about today and is considered by many as legendary. After driving over more than 100 tacks, car number 7 blew out all 4 of its tires, causing it to come to a sudden and silent halt less than 100 feet from the finish line. Car number 4, with Tom at the wheel and Jerry at his side, sped to the finish line all alone. Together, they became the champions of the Speedway 500.
Thank you for watching our videos. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Here are some videos we thought you might like.